Greetings. Enough of that. Greetings and welcome to Canvas episode 7, the second take. If you're not listening to this live, then you're probably hearing this for the first time, but if you're in the live chat, you probably heard the completely fucked up version that capitulated about 10 minutes ago. We're back with another episode of Canvas, 7 days running. I'm back with SHIMA33 again. What's up, Shima?
Hey yo, I'm doing good.
Yeah, and our special guest for tonight, ModComm81. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah, cool. All right. So it's sort of a continuation of the theme of last night's show with the northern lads, except tonight we've got ModComm up from the northeast in around Newcastle area, rather than Sangam, who's of course Manchester's finest. So if you want to leave any questions, comments, and such for myself, Shima, or ModComm in the chat, then feel free to do so. And of course as well, before we continue, I just want to also give a plug to the mystery album premiere that we're doing on this channel tonight at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock UK time, that is, which is about 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in America. So that's like just under 3 hours from now that'll be coming on. If you're going to be about for it, then stick about after this stream. It should start shortly afterwards. Aside from that, just leave any questions, comments and shit in the chat. As for how my computer keeps crashing, I've sort of realised what it was that was doing it now. It's any time I actually look in the chat off the computer, it seems to like fuck up my entire computer for some reason. So I've pretty much got it up on my phone at the moment, so I can read any comments and questions and shit off there, and everything should work quite smoothly from now on, I think. Is that you vaping there, Mod?
Yeah.
Yeah. What flavour have you got on the go at the moment?
Blue raspberry sours.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
are you
pretty
still
banging.
Smoking tobacco, or are you just like sticking with the vape pens now?
Sorry, I was disconnected then.
Are you like smoking tobacco anymore? Or are you just like fully on the vape now?
I quit and then I'm back on the tobacco now. I keep quitting and it just I'll get a week and then I'll have a shit day and then it's like autopilot in the shop, buy it.
Yeah, no,
first smoking, I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna have to finish this packet now.
Yeah. Yeah, when I used to smoke, and I first switched to like using like a vape pen or whatever, yeah, I was pretty much doing the same thing, like going back and forth for like the first year or so, but eventually I just sort of like preferred vapes like all around. But yeah, what about you, Shima? Are you much of a vapor or a smoker at all?
No, I don't touch anything to do with cigarettes or anything to do with that. It's just practical, moral, financial, all the reasons I can give. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to appear like a judgmental prick.
No, yeah, it's a wiser choice anyway. Like I wish it's probably my greatest regret in life, like actually smoking. Definitely something like if I could go back, I would have never have done it. But that's the thing.
Well, that's the thing about smoking. Once you start, it's hard to stop. So
yeah. My computer's just going again. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to buy a new computer to be honest.
Yeah, fucking smash your MacBook, man.
Yeah, let me just close like literally everything aside from Discord and see if that sort of helps things. Fuck's sake.
Orbital strike your fucking MacBook, dude. It's garbage.
Yeah. Right, I've closed Chrome, VLC, and pretty much everything else, and I think it might be okay now. So. Yeah.
Your computer's garbage.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll start running through all the comments and questions anyway. So yeah, if you want to leave us any comments and questions and stuff, then feel free to do so. I think it'll be a pretty sleepy episode of Canvas tonight though, because I'm feeling like a little bit rough, to be honest. Don't know. How about you, Shima? Are you feeling like lively or are you feeling tired?
I'm feeling not as lively as yesterday, thank God.
Yeah.
But I am still got a bit of life in me. So if
have you got enough to lay down a young Flapzilla freestyle at any point?
A young Flapzilla. I could be in a fucking coma and have enough to lay down a young Flapzilla problem. But basically,
do you want to give you a beat then?
Well, let me just start off by prefacing this by saying, if yesterday was like a 10 out of 10 in terms of mania, today's more like an 8.
An 8.
But yeah, hit me up with that beat.
I wouldn't say yesterday was a 10 because I've seen you at a 10, and like yesterday was like a 5 in comparison.
Where did you see me at a 10?
When he was DJing at Gotwood, that was a 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was hype. That was hype. That was dope.
Yeah, the first time I met you was close to a 10 as well. Like you were proper going off on one.
Yeah, I was like an excited little puppy.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe Shima actually when you meet him in person. Excited puppy.
playing hardstyle at 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And 5 in the morning as well.
Yeah, it was funny actually. Like when we did that set, the whole show at Gotwood last year. Like I think like unanimously everyone agreed that your set was the best of the whole lot, Shima.
Wow.
And you were like the only one doing it without sync as well, without the sync button. Like you were like, full hardcore with the beat matching.
Yeah, I was just winging it, honestly. I'd never used that sort of equipment before, but I was... Anyway, enough about Gotwood. Are you going to lay down this beat so I can do some Flapzilla shit?
Alright, what do you want? Do you want a tabla, bongo, tambourine?
Hit me up with whatever, man. Hit me up with that shit.
We did bongo last night, so let me get something a bit...
Yeah.
What about, since it's Christmas, how about some sleigh bells?
Let's go on that sleigh bell shit, son. Yeah. I want a PlayStation 4 for Christmas, even though I already own 20 of them. Yeah, I want a Xbox for Christmas, but I already built my house out of them. Yeah, I want a Sony 24-inch television from Walmart. $3.99, buy one get one free in the Black Friday sales. That's what I want.
Yeah, that wasn't bad, but I wasn't really feeling the sleigh bell beat, to be honest.
Yeah, we need to get fucking... Who's the guy who made Driving Home for Christmas? Chris Rea? We need to get him on the thing so he can lay down a fat beat.
Alright, okay, let me pull up the chat on the phone and I'll start running through the questions and shit.
I think Young Flapzilla works better when I'm like not hyped up and crazy, because like then I can get that proper.
Yeah, it's a little bit more flappy when it's chilled out, I think.
You gotta flap like a man.
All right, okay. Yeah. So if you left any questions in the last version of this podcast, then like drop them back in here because we will have missed them all after my computer fucked up. So, all right. Broken Canyon says, "In the end, we all die."
I mean, yeah, but at the end of that, we're all gonna live again. So what's the point?
Well, do you believe in like reincarnation?
Buddhists, of course I do.
So, like, as a Buddhist, do you sort of like subscribe to a preset ideology, or do you just not? Like, I don't really
Buddhism's
understand
open.
Buddhism as
It's like every other religion, you know. There's different sects and different ideologies and different ways to interpret it.
yeah.
But the way I interpret it is this: how would you know that you're alive right now unless you've been dead some point in the past?
How do you mean?
Like, you know how even when you're a child, you know you're alive. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need science or anything to explain that.
Yeah.
How does a child know that they're alive unless they also know that they've been dead at some previous point?
So you need like the experience of death as like a context for life.
Life is a constant duality, black and white, on and off. It's all yin and yang. It's all the same, life and death.
That's an interesting perspective, actually. I've never even really considered that before. What do you reckon, What do you believe in the afterlife or reincarnation or anything?
Not in any sense, I'd say.
I think your mic's fucking up.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hang on, Is that better?
Yeah. It's sort of like just it was dipping in and out, but so we couldn't really hear you properly. But I think it sounds all right now.
All right. Well, yeah, I was saying I don't really believe in that stuff in the scripture sense, but then so many unanswered questions to work through already that I think life and death is quite a human concept.
So do you not like? So you think like do you not think like life and death is like prevalent in like the universe as it is, or would you say it's like only like something that exists in like animated life, so to speak, like humans and animals and such?
I'd say everything and nothing is a much more prevalent concept. You know, human beings have life and death. Electrical equipment has on and off, and the universe has everything and nothing.
Yeah, the thing is, if you turn a human off, then it's off, if you know what I mean. But yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Next question. Right, okay. Hast GT adds to that. In the end, it doesn't matter. So I suppose that's the biggest.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does matter, but it also doesn't at the same time.
I guess even that's open to interpretation, really. So.
The most important thing to remember when it comes to Buddhism is that everything will become nothing, and every nothing will become everything.
Fair point. All right. Okay. So Larry Folger's in the chat, and he asks, he wants to know what Mod had for breakfast.
I had a sausage bun and a white coffee.
That's pretty.
I have every morning.
Pretty northern of you to have a sausage bun.
It was cold this morning. I have one every morning.
Really? What about you, Shima? What did you have for breakfast?
I had nothing.
I had what did I have? Oh, I had a tangerine and like one of those breakfast bar things. Can't remember what they're called now.
Granola bars?
No, not granola. It's like, but yeah, along those lines, like pretty much in the same ballpark. Yeah, and an espresso. Rick Fields says, just discovered Mark Rebelay. Is he considered flap?
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I've got no idea. Do you know Mud? No, I'm gonna take that as a no. Broken Canyon says, I promise good questions this time.
Oh, so you went away and you did your homework. Well, that's good to hear.
Did you listen to much of the one last night, Mud? with Sangan.
Yeah, bits and bobs, yeah.
Yeah. I saw you coming at the end and request the Young Flapzilla freestyle.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it.
Yeah.
We collectively lost our goddamn mind, and now you're honoured to be in a call with the Young Flapzilla in the flesh.
I think that's how it goes, yeah.
Young Flapzilla, the Don Killuminati 420 Master MC Blazer.
Alright, Larry Folger remarks, EST is the only US time zone anyone talks about. I think that's a pretty fair point to make, but I don't even know what are the other time zones called in America. I'm not even quite sure.
There's like mountain time for if you live in the mountains.
Where's mountain time then? Is that like Colorado and all that shit?
Now you're asking questions even I don't know the answer to.
Yeah. Alright, Ocean Atama's in the chat. What's up, Shin?
What's up, Shin?
He says, shout out to the legends of the East Coast. So I suppose that includes himself in that regard. Misty Morning says, I've got questions, but there's nothing to follow up on that yet.
Well, we've got answers, so...
Broken Canyon with her first question of the evening.
Okay, here we go. I'm prepared.
Here we go.
I'm strapped in.
Are you ready?
Yeah, here we go. Hit me with a good question. Come on, Broken Canyon. Don't let me down.
I mean, these are mainly for Mod since he's the guest of honor tonight. But
I don't care. He needs good questions. Let's go.
So, have you ever met someone called Hank in real life?
What the fuck? No. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm gonna give that a...
What the fuck?
Mod, have you ever met anyone called Hank?
In the northeast of England. Hey, it's Hank.
Yeah, we don't get many Hanks over in England, sorry.
We have more Tories.
What is a Hank actually short for? Isn't it short for like Harry or something?
It's short for Hancock.
Right, alright, so Misty Morning asks, have you ever travelled to another country?
I know you have quite a lot, David. I personally haven't, but I'd love to.
What about you, Mod? Have you ever been abroad?
Yeah, but not much, actually.
Well, you went to Mauritius earlier this year, didn't you? Or was that last year?
Oh, fuck, yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah. How was that then? Like, tell us about Mauritius as an island.
Sugar cane fields for miles.
Yeah.
It was... Like, geographically, quite a lot of nations have visited over the years. I think, like, Dutch... French.
Yeah. Oh, your mic's cut out again.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
No, it just keeps cutting in and out.
Yeah, it goes in and out. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with it.
The quality's fine once you come through, but like your signal's garbage.
Yeah. I'm on a Mac too, so maybe just Macs are shit.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Like, I legit might go out and buy a Windows computer tomorrow just because, like, this fucking MacBook's, like, ruining my podcasting career.
Hey, yo, David, if you tell me, like, what your budget is, I'll actually custom build you a computer.
Really?
Because, like, I know how to put computers together and shit, so you just tell me what your budget is.
What, build
I'll
it
get
for
you
me and send it down to me or something?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Deliver it personally.
Yeah. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
All depends on what your budget is.
Yeah, I'll speak to you about it later then.
Aye.
But yeah, I'm willing to go the extra mile to make sure Canvas is future-proof, essentially.
Yeah. I'll hook you up, fam.
Yeah. So what did you get up to in Mauritius, Mod, if you've got your microphone sorted? Like, were you just, like, chilling on the beach a lot? What, drinking?
Yeah, I drank a lot of cocktails out of coconuts.
Nice.
And it was but they had to, like, they made it with a fresh coconut every time, and I'm like, I've got a coconut here that you can just fill it up with. Like, no, it's part of making the drink, and then they're just chucking all the coconut out. It was ridiculous. They were, like, surrounded by thousands of coconuts. It made no sense. So I drank a lot of that.
So they don't even, like, use the coconut water at all? They just, like, get rid of that?
Yeah, they were gutting a coconut every time they made someone a drink.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
It was all right. A lot of money.
Isn't it like a bit of like a little paradise on Earth, though, Mauritius? Like, 'cause it's sort of like right in the middle of the ocean, isn't it? Like, sort of away from all of civilization.
Yeah. It's by itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on the coast, but then just all of Mauritius is just like seems to be one big sugarcane field.
Yeah. The
Fire
there's
of it.
not much to see there beyond like the beach and shit. It's probably more of like a relaxation type of place.
Yeah, well, yeah, and locally, like the main industry is agriculture, all the center of the island.
Yeah.
So we're just driving through miles and miles of sugar fields.
Yeah. Is that considered like part of like India or Asia or something, or is it like more part of Africa?
I think it's more part of Africa.
Yeah, but it's got like an Indian heritage, hasn't it, or something?
Yeah, it's got loads of heritage. Like I say, like people.
Yeah.
Centuries ago, it was colonized by the Dutch.
Yeah.
I think by the French.
Yeah.
As I say, like Arab nations and Indian.
Yeah, I think I actually have like a really distant like Mauritius lineage as part of my ancestry, but I'm not quite sure what it is really. But yeah, I found it on one of those family tree websites years back. I can't remember now. Yeah, let's move on from Mauritius anyway. So Misty Morning also asks, do you like traveling? Like, is that something that you guys are into?
No, I work all the time.
What about you?
I don't mind.
I wish I could go traveling.
What about you, Shima? Do you enjoy like traveling when you got the train to school or whatever?
You mean when I get? Excuse me. You mean when I get the train to kindergarten? Yeah. I much prefer the destination rather than the travel.
Do you not like the act of traveling then?
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I quite like traveling. Actually, like I just really hate if it's like if I'm on a public train and it's like really packed, like that pisses me off. But if it's like a pretty quiet, chill train, I can just sit there for hours and enjoy the world going by, so to speak, with a pair of headphones on or whatever, reading a book. Yeah, I quite enjoy that type of stuff. But yeah, I fucking hate flying, like, so I try to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, it was like 12 hours to Mauritius.
12 hours, yeah. But don't you stop over at Dubai or whatever it was?
Yeah, we spent a few hours in Dubai.
Yeah, is it 12 hours like for all the flights included then, or is it like 12 hours to Dubai or? Like,
I think it was 2 6-hour flights.
Yeah, makes sense. How is it? How is like the Dubai airports then? Are they like pretty like pristine because they're all like new and shit?
It felt really average.
Really?
Really like homogenous. Like it's just like a space.
Yeah. Did you get to see much of the city from the airport, or is it like too far out to see any of it?
I saw the city when we took off on the plane.
Oh, so did you see like the Burj Khalifa and all that?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was all lit up. It was crazy.
Oh, so is it like
we set off at night?
Oh,
yeah.
That must be quite a sight actually to see the entire city like that at night.
Yeah. Even just being in Dubai and just seeing, because it's like a bit of like a stopgap for the entire world, isn't it? So
yeah, it's become that, like, cause especially like after like the UAE like really like used all their oil money to sort of expand don't know what the word is, expand their brand, I suppose, around the world, like I think like commercial flights to connect like Asia to Europe and stuff has been like one of the big selling points, really. But yeah, it's sort of becoming like a tourist attraction in its own right as well. I think like you see like quite a lot of advertisements about going there on holiday, but you just need to make sure you've got no like weed on you or whatever, otherwise you'll be going to jail for 20 years.
Oh yeah, I saw them take away like an old granny.
Seriously?
She set off the alarm 3 times.
Yeah. And
then like someone was like, "Come this way," and they've got like all these booths set up all the way all around, and like that can fit like 3 people in. They took her in there, and I was like, "See you later, Granny."
What?
See you later. Goodbye.
Was she like British or was she?
Yeah.
Never to be seen.
So I don't know what she was doing.
Right. Okay. Let me find where it was. Sorry, I just need to scroll back up the chat to find out where we were. So Dank Vibes asks, what kind of hardware setup do you have right now, Mod? He says he remembers that you had an Electribe and some sort of Roland synth when you last spoke to him.
Yeah, well, I've just got a load of random stuff lying around, and I've actually got nothing set up at the moment. I'm making stuff purely inside of Reason.
Are you just going full software at the moment, aren't you?
When I am, yeah. But yeah, I have an Electribe.
Yeah.
Most of my writing, I mean, it's just I bought the cheapest thing I could.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care about like. I think it was 200 quid, and it does everything, like just get the beats down, then I can process them later. So I got that. I've got synth. I've forgotten the name of it. It's the one with the green lights. Sampler I found in a pawn shop. I got for 100 quid.
Pawn shop samples, nice.
Yeah, and then really loads of half knackered equipment. Like it could be. I don't really care about.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it.
Have you been making music much lately, or?
Nah, I've been making nothing for months.
What?
I think I just like burnt out.
Yeah, that's how I've been feeling as well. Like I really haven't made anything for ages now.
You're where I am at the start of 2018, yeah.
I'm playing a lot of guitar at the moment.
Oh, are you? I didn't know you played guitar, actually.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. That was the first instrument I really...
Is it electric or acoustic that you're playing?
Again, like, I don't own anything, so I just, like, took Dog and Fox's guitar. He was kind enough to give me his. So I've got that lying around the house now, and I'm just, like, playing along to some metal albums.
Yeah.
It's not. I haven't even got an amplifier.
Yeah. Oh, so you just like,
jam it.
Yeah.
Just make a lot. Yeah, string buzz.
All right. Dank Vibes asks favorite beer.
My favorite beer. I don't really have a favorite beer. I have a favorite cider, and my favorite cider is I forget who makes it now, but it's called Monk's Delight. It's absolutely lovely. Definitely scout that out. I think it's like brewed in Kent, and it is by far the nicest cider that exists ever. Period. Full stop.
How about you, Mod? Have you got a favorite alcoholic drink of choice aside from coconuts?
I don't really like alcohol that much, but that's probably maybe like Landlord. If you heard of that.
Which Lord did you say?
Landlord beer. It's quite a northern beer.
No, I'm not sure. Is that like a real ale type thing or something?
Yeah.
Like I pretty much like gave up alcohol. God, how long ago was it now? About 6 or 7 months ago now. So I'll refrain from answering that as I don't really want to advocate alcoholism. Right. Robin asks, do you guys do drugs?
Why do you want to deal
them? I'm monitoring this chat.
What's that?
I'm monitoring this chat.
Are we monitoring this chat now, dude? We don't give a fuck. Say whatever you want.
No comment.
No, it's not like the fucking
Rude
FBI.
question.
It's not like the FBI gonna bust you or anything. I don't give a
fuck. Pure Life asks, is Mod a Geordie, a Smoggy, a Macam, or a Pit Yakker?
None of them.
Really? So what would you classify yourself as? Because you're from like Darlington, aren't you? Like officially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what would you call someone from Darlington in that sense?
Chav.
What about a darling?
No, the football team are called the Quakers.
The Quakers.
Right. You're gonna sell them Quaker oats?
No, we had all the Quaker bankers in Darlow.
Oh really?
And when it was and they were really good with money, and there was loads of banking going on back then.
I had no idea about that. I wouldn't have never. I would never have associated like the Northeast with like banking or anything, but you know what I mean.
Like an area in Darlow where there's like no pubs because it's left over from when the Quakers ran the town.
Really? Yeah, it's pretty weird though. I had no idea about that.
And we were the first train line.
Ever?
It was the first train line.
What, the first train line to like London or something, or like just in the UK?
In the UK.
Oh really? Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That's why everything goes through Darlow on the like the.
What, to go along the East Coast?
Just everything from like Edinburgh down to London.
Yeah.
You can get Darlow. It's like
I got the train to Edinburgh once, but that was like well over 10 years ago, so I can't really remember the journey very well at this point.
You're gone.
He's cutting in and out. But...
What, I'm cutting out?
You're cutting in and out.
Is it alright now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Alright, okay. I think I just wasn't close enough to the microphone, so hopefully this will be a little bit better now.
Post the VHS. I am living in Newcastle.
Oh, so you're actually in Newcastle now, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't lived in Darlow for about 10 years now.
Yeah. But they're like fairly close, aren't they?
Yeah, it's about an hour.
An hour, yeah. Alright, okay. Dank Vibe says Shima is woke.
Oh, thanks. I try my best.
Is that a compliment? I thought it was a bit of an insult these days. But
I'll take it as a compliment.
I can't really keep up with like these modern day memes and terminologies and such.
I'll take all the compliments I can get. I have crippling low self-esteem.
So to add to our earlier discussion on reincarnation and all that shit, Extra Montez says, you can't be deaf. Death isn't anything. You were not alive. And then he hasn't finished yet. And then he went on to say, you were not alive because you have begun living. What? I've got no idea.
Right. Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is that I could go into a graveyard and I could go up to any gravestone and I could yell, "You ain't dead!" And they're just like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that. I was just fooling around."
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works, buddy. I think there is a start and a stop, but basically all it is going off so that you know you're on next time you come round.
Yeah.
It's all one and the same. It's all cyclic.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shima.
Rick Fields asks, do you guys like Twin Peaks?
Never watched it.
No, never.
Have you not? No. Yeah, I've watched the first two seasons, like the old ones, and I quite enjoyed that. I thought it was like really funny. But you can sort of tell like it's just like the whole thing's just like made up as it goes along. But like if you just take it as a comedy, it's a pretty funny show to watch. But I haven't actually seen the new season that came out a couple of years ago yet. But maybe I'll get round to it soon. Pink Box Teleport adds death for one, it's life another one. So reincarnation is in that case.
It's all cyclic. It's all here and now. You know, death and life are both here right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny looking at this chat and trying to like see people of like different, like from different language backgrounds trying to discuss like such complex matters.
Mm-hmm. But, there's definitely a language barrier.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it more interesting, if anything. Dank Vibes adds to the death discussion, everything comes to an end.
Yeah, but every end comes to a start as well.
Good point. Yeah, because like if you think about it, like everything that is alive does require like some form of death to sustain it. Like a really literal example would be like how human beings basically need like to eat like dead things such as animals and plants and such to like remain alive. You can sort of extrapolate that into like pretty much anything that sustains life like requires some kind of death fuel in a sense.
No, that's a dope name for a track there.
What death fuel?
Yeah. But yeah, it's the whole world is basically a giant, more complicated Ouroboros, snake eating its own tail. That's basically the methodology of the universe.
Yeah, yeah. So Broken Canyon's back, and she says, I don't know if this is addressed to you, Shima. It may be. She says, if you'll be my Ripple man, can I be your Ripple girl?
I don't know what a Ripple man or a Ripple girl entails, but sure.
Right.
What are the skills required to be a Ripple man and or Ripple girl?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know about Ripple man and Ripple girl in the chat, perhaps.
This sounds like the world's fucking worst comic book hero ever.
Yeah, here's one that you might be interested in. What TD LMX asks. I'll take it first. They say, what is Dream Catalogue's official position on Brexit? So Dream Catalogue doesn't have an official position because it's a corporation. It's not like so. As a corporation, it's quite apolitical in a sense, and it hosts views from different political persuasions amongst those within the corporation. But so as for the individual members of the corporation, let's hear what their opinions are on Brexit. What about you, Mod or Shima? Whoever wants to take it.
I'll let Mod speak first.
Ugh.
That's a pretty official point of view.
It's just the same thing we were talking about earlier. We're both in and out of it at the same time.
Yeah. Like
it doesn't matter for the poorest people, basically.
Yeah, like my opinion on Brexit these days, and it's sort of like what I thought right after the vote came in. Like it's not the vote they wanted, so they've been pretty much working an angle for the past 2 or 3 years, or however long it's been, to get towards the vote that they do want, which is to remain in the UK. And I pretty much think that like that's where we're gonna be in a couple of years' time, like pretty much still in the EU. And so at that point, it doesn't really matter. Like that can sort of like tie into my like official feelings on politics in general. Is that like a lot of it's just like a Punch and
Busy
Judy.
work.
Yeah, it's just like a Punch and Judy show to keep the masses distracted and create the illusion of democracy and shit. Like to make
there was
Go on,
there was that one meme that was going around when we first voted to leave, and it was like a photograph on a table and it had all these nice foods and stuff, and then a tin of beans, and it was like, look what you're giving away. And I was like the poorest in England and Britain are going to be eating beans in or out of the EU.
Yeah, pretty
What's
much,
the argument about? Like, oh, I won't be able to get the finest cheeses from Waitrose.
Yeah. I mean, if you
mate, I need me fucking cheeses, dickhead.
Like, if you actually take all the emotion out of Brexit, or like you can say this about any politics as well, it really just all boils down to like the price of a loaf of bread in a sense. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's fuck all to it, really, like, after that. I mean, like, people sort of get worked up over, like, you know, like, all these little things, but, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean shit. Like, for people who do want Brexit, like, is it really going to change it much either way if, like, we stay in the EU or not? And, like, similarly, like, for those who want to stay in the EU, like, is it going to be really like too hard for you to go over to like France or Spain or wherever you want to go in the EU with like a visa or whatever? I mean, I doubt that's even going to be like a necessity in a sense anyway. But
partaking.
Again, like the poorest people don't get to travel around
yeah,
Europe anyway.
Yeah,
like it's true, just like I don't care about. I've stopped caring about Brexit, Remain or Leave. Like all.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
like you say. All I focus on is like the price of.
Yeah. Like it's just the same as like the whole Donald Trump debate in America. Like it's just it doesn't actually have like really any impact on your day-to-day life at all. Like what happens and such. Like especially Brexit. Like but yeah. So I suppose to round off the question, the official position may be like who gives a shit.
I'm so confused at the moment. Like there's that much, and it's just constant. It's just an opinion pile. Like people are just making an opinion bonfire.
Yeah.
On we should do this. No, we should do this. Well, actually, the experts say this. Oh, well, I found 3 more of experts over here that say this, and it's
I found a pile of experts hiding under this laundry.
All right. Okay. Let's move on from that. Hast GT asks, do you play games?
Me and H have already answered this. Mod, what about you?
No, I don't play computer games, but I'm quite into like tabletop games.
Oh yeah, what like what type? Like Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff.
Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Hey, I'm a dwarf. Roll a 6 and slave. Just like a lot of the European games are from like Germany and stuff.
What are they?
It's quite a booming industry at the moment. The whole tabletop thing.
Is it? I've got no idea about it. Like what does this sort of entail exactly?
Just board games, but
like just like regular board games.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
It's just basically elaborate role playing.
Nah. No, it's a rule set, but there's no luck involved. It's more about decisions.
Yeah.
My favorite board game from Germany is probably Try Not to Get Dysentery. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, there's probably a game about that actually.
Last one to get dysentery wins, but you all lose.
Pretty much.
So Laurie says, just want to say, love your work. Haven't listened to Mod or Tafka, but they're on the list now.
Right, cool. Wow,
oh, nice.
Someone who's listened to me but hasn't listened to the other two. Well, that's like the polar opposite of what I'm used to.
Broken Canyon says, can you tell Shima to stop calling me he, or I'm going to delete all his Ripple?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, dude. I mean...
Well, you just did it again.
If he wants to settle this over a boxing match, I will. If he wants to settle this over a boxing match, then sure. Right.
Looks like we're
I'm just doing it just to piss you off, Canyon. Cool.
Looks like we're going to go to the ring with that one, then.
Put up your dukes!
Laurie says, any plans for any more live shows? They remember going to one a few years ago and it was lit. Let us know what show that was actually, because we've done a few, so it could be any. But is there any plans? I think there is some plans for like next summer. But I'm not organising it myself. It's like other people doing it, so I haven't really got much idea about that. Did you get invited onto that, Mod?
No, not at the moment.
No, I'll probably get you on it anyway, just for like the crack, basically. And you as well,
yeah,
Shima.
I'd be happy hanging out backstage.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so I guess like when that whatever this is more official, like I'll let everyone know about that. That's gonna be in London anyway if it happens.
I'll be down for that.
Dank Vibes asks a question to Shima. He asks, are we ever gonna get No 2?
No 2's already come out. It already exists.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
No 2's already a thing. The thing that I haven't released yet is No 3. Which I have finished. It's just finding a label that wants it.
Yeah.
That's finished. That's ready to go. Huh?
What about the Shit Dick album?
Oh god. Well, basically, the deal with Shit Dick is, I've made a deal with David. where the only way that Shit Dick is ever going to see the light of day is if it's released on Dream Catalogue.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm up for it eventually. Like, we just got to frame it in the right way, I suppose.
Frame it? How the fuck are you going to frame
it? Have you got any Shit Dick, like, stuff that you can play down the microphone to give, like, the chat a little sample of what it's all about?
Let me go into my autistic collection.
Maybe one of the least copyright infringing tracks.
Yeah, but like 99% of it's copyright infringing, so that's a loaded question, isn't it? I did have actually a mixtape, like a compilation that I made, where it's basically Shit Dick EP, but it's all the autistic shit that I made myself. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, go and just whack one on. You have a look and I'll find out where we were in the chat. Right, okay. Bliss Monkey says Bliss Monkey is present.
Hi, Bliss Monkey.
VHS Midnight Style says it's getting very northern in here. How north can this stream get?
It's getting northern in here.
If you want to
take off all
if you want to get super,
like, if you're on a dream.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you want to get super northern, we need some Scottish representation. So we'll get Iona Dream on the stream. Sort of, I think in the next few weeks he's going to be available, which should be quite interesting.
Okay, so I've whittled it down to 3.
Go on.
It's either Driving Home for Christmas by Bobby Roode, it's either God Bless Coldplay by Coldplay, or it's Little Shitty Mang with his debut song.
Yeah, I want to hear that last one.
You want to hear Little Shitty Mang?
Yeah, go on.
No, I'll send it to you so you can play it through the break.
Right, okay. Let's take a quick...
You've got to hear the full quality.
If it's got any copyright shit, and now I've got to like shut it down immediately because
it doesn't.
Right,
it doesn't.
Cool. Right. While Shima's sending me that, let's read the next comment. TDLMX says, HKE, you sound like you should read Paul Virilio. I've got no idea who that is, sorry. But if you want to enlighten us, then let us know. Do you know who that is, Mod?
Nope.
No. Broken Canyon asks, this is a question she sends in daily. If Sangam was a girl, would she be cute? Do you want to answer that or
not? He's got a lovely tone. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Would she still have a fade?
Yeah. I actually got a new fade today. I went to the barbers and got my haircut, sorted out my fade, but I don't think
the thing is that if Sangam was a girl, she'd still have the same voice.
Yeah, just pitched up.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, bang on.
So I get I suppose that's the official. So that's 2 out of 2 have answered positively about that. No, so
Sangam's low key a fucking cutie.
Yeah. Sagbag asks, how lit is Dubai?
It's pretty lit. It's expensive as well.
Yeah. How long were you actually there for when you stopped over? Was it like a few hours?
Just a few hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we literally stayed inside the airport. But metro trains in the airport take you other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Dubai's pretty lit, and by lit I mean I'm on the run for arson, so...
Alright, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break here. This is a Little Shitty Mang from SHIMA33's unreleased masterpiece, magnum opus, Shit Dick.
Okay, it's me, Little Shitty Mang, and his bitch. I'm gonna rap about shooting people. Okay, she a bitch, fucking ass tits. Sucking lots of dick in this bitch for shits. Bitches want to trip on my dick cause it's large. Dick like large from the Simpsons where it's hard. I'm a cool guy who raps about shooting girls, although I'm really middle class with a lack of funds. I still go to high school, motherfucker. I'm 18 grand in debt, motherfucker. scared. That's the truth. I don't like anyone in this booth. I mean, my mom's gonna be mad at me if she catches me rapping on the CD. What? Rapping is fine. I'd rather be fucking dead, and I hate myself. Man, stop being depressed. Oh man, shut the fuck up.
That was pretty class. Yeah, I've got to say, I actually like that. I was getting some like Slim Shady vibes off it with the alternate voices in his head and shit.
Little Shitty Meg's actually got bipolar. Don't tell anyone.
What about you, Mod? Do you ever lay down any freestyles at all, or are you more of a beats kind of guy?
I'd be beats.
Yeah.
My brain freezes straight away when thinking about rhymes, but Shima's got natural.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can just ask Shima to freestyle, and he can go for like an hour without stopping.
I got that flow like Samoa Joe, yo.
Yeah, we need to get Samoa Joe on the podcast eventually, I reckon. Once he's done in WWE.
No, get Samoa Joe and Steiner on the podcast. Well,
that's what I was gonna follow up. Like, we'll get Scott Steiner to do a run in and go, he's fat!
He's fat! That fat poor bastard stole my title!
Right, Vaccina says, is the actual Hong Kong Express here? Yeah, that's me, but I haven't been using that name for years now.
Yeah, actually, you're 5 minutes late. The Hong Kong Express set off 5 minutes ago. You know.
Yeah, like presently I'm going by the name, the artist formerly known as HKE. I haven't really settled on a new name as of yet, but I'm hoping to have something sorted because within the next few weeks anyway, because I'm getting a bit sick of saying the artist formerly known as HKE every day.
Well, people seem to have adopted the name Tafka.
Yeah, Tafka's sort of gaining some ground at the moment. But you're
undecided.
Yeah. Arthrian asks, how's the stream going?
Disastrous, like always.
Yeah. Misty Morning asks, do you guys like jazz? I'll let that Mod take that first.
Yeah, bits and bobs. Monk, I like. But it's not like I'm not like an aficionado or like a connoisseur. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I've probably got a very boring jazz taste.
Yeah. What about you, Shima? Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, it's not really about the artist when listening to jazz.
Yeah. What about you, Shima? Have you got like any favourites in the jazz?
I don't really have any favourites, but I fucking love jazz, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking great, pal.
Yeah, I'm like quite a huge fan of jazz. Actually, it's probably the style of music that I've explored the most in my entire life. But if I was gonna list a few favorites, I suppose it's just like John Coltrane's like the obvious answer. Like especially like the middle of his career was like exceptional, really. Like Love Supreme and all that stuff, like all those like modal jazz years. But I think my favourite style of jazz overall would actually be like jazz fusion, like late 70s and early 80s stuff. Even some early 70s stuff as well, like Return to Forever, Weather Report.
Oh yeah, Weather Report's great.
Yeah.
Oh no, now that I think about it, I actually do have a favourite jazz artist. Now that I think about it,
who's that?
Paul Jackson Jr. He's an absolute masterclass. He actually worked with Michael Jackson on like Thriller and Bad and all that. So all the rhythm guitar in the background, that's him.
All right, I never knew that. Yeah, I really like John McLaughlin as well, and Alan Holdsworth. Frank Zappa as well, if you'd count him. He's done like a fair bit of jazz fusion stuff, but like his career's been all over the place. But
yeah, it's kind of hard to categorize Frank Zappa as jazz because it's just so varied.
The thing is, like, you could pull like all his like jazz and fusion records out, and he'd have like, and like if you ignored all his other stuff, like, but if he did that, he'd have like just a stronger jazz career, like solo in that regard as like anyone else, really. It's like just like how prolific he was, but yeah. So yeah, that's about it for me. Vaccina says, listening to HKE makes my nights after work even more depressing in a good way.
Wow! Fuck me.
Well, I'm glad I can
Jesus
depress
Christ.
you. Hopefully the podcast will help make you even more depressed.
That's what we came here to do, you know?
Yeah.
When we set up Canvas, we thought, right, what's the quickest way that we can make everyone want to slit their fucking wrists?
VHS Midnight Style says, I've got a question for HK. Where did you find all the vocal samples that you used to scatter throughout in tracks such as Ghost and the 2814 albums? So I pretty much just get like clips off YouTube and shit, pretty much, or even sometimes it'll just be like mine on my girlfriend's vocals or whatever. Like, just sort of depends on the context, I suppose.
Your girlfriend's done quite a lot of vocals for you, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, she has actually. She's the one who sings on Rain Temple on I can't even remember the name of the track now. Oh, Lost in a Dream. Yeah.
So if she ever wanted to start her own singing career, she'd be like, hey, yo, I already collaborated with 2814.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. What about you, Mod? Like, where do you get, like, so you use, like, a lot of vocal snippets and such, don't you? So, like, where do you, like, get that kind of stuff from?
Yeah, a lot of YouTube searching for...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, when it comes to, like, samples and shit these days, like, 95% of it's gonna come from YouTube, pretty much, like... If you ask anyone.
Yeah. Although a lot of the samples on Stag were from all different types of audio recordings from this like crazy weekend me and my friends had, and it's just like someone left the phone on by accident, so there was half an hour of audio from a friend's phone that I had chopped up and stuck in there.
Oh, speaking of which, bloody hell, I've got like 3 hours of a night out that I had with my old group of mates saved on my fucking computer somewhere. I should do something like that for that.
There you go.
Fucking hell. There you go, man. You're giving me ideas. Stop it. It's dangerous.
So Bliss Monkey asks, when did the ambient and drone sound really take off within Vaporwave, and how do you feel it's contributed to the scene? Is it here to stay?
I mean, Vaporwave as a whole is fucking dead. Let's just skip the pleasantries and just get to the nitty gritty on that. So as far as Vaporwave sound progressing, I think it's just gonna languish, stay where it is, and probably go backwards. Actually, I think Echo Jam's is gonna make a return. But like, when did ambient become big in Vaporwave? Here's my question: when did Vaporwave become big in ambient? You know, ambient's been around since the 60s. Vaporwave is a modern repuking of nostalgia. You know, the real question is, it's not that you've got peanut butter in my jelly, it's that you've got jelly in my peanut butter. You know?
Yeah, fair comment. I'll just move on from that, I suppose. Larry Folger asks, are we going to get another Mod God?
We wrote one song, but we're busy. Like I said, we don't really touch music anymore. But it'll happen.
Yeah.
You silly man, don't you already understand that Mod is God?
Oh yes, B's in the chat and he asks, what's the beach scene like up north?
Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah, like, as far as beaches go in the UK, you're not gonna find many very what's the word? Scenic.
I mean, we have sand.
There's a lot of surfing at Saltburn. That's about it.
VHS Midnight Style remarks, Blackpool and Southport are the beach places to go. Maybe so, but still a bit... I mean, Southport, it's quite chill, but I mean, like, as a beach itself, it's like pretty... It's like nice, but it's not, it's not like the beaches you see in America or whatever, or pretty much anywhere else that is in England. Laurie asks, is that the actual OESB? Yeah, it is.
It's a real vape error. It's really hit, by the way, from
What's that? I think you're breaking up a bit.
It's not like the real vape error. It's really him, you guys, from last time.
Yeah.
Ooh. This stream's a lot more chill than last time.
Yeah, I think it's because Mod's pretty more chilled out than Sangam was, because Sangam was actually no, Sangam was quite chill as well, but like I'm also like really chill tonight because I'm quite tired. So
yeah, Sangam was chill, but I like pushed his buttons and made him unchill.
Yeah. That was power. Yeah.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Yeah. Dank Vibes asks, have you ever sampled any Alan Watts speeches in any of your music?
Me personally, I believe I have, but like all the ones where I have sampled Alan Watts haven't been released, so it's one of those.
I mean, like I've heard like his stuff sampled in so much music anyway that it'd sort of be like cliched to do so at this point, especially like in drum and bass and stuff, like the spacey ambient music and shit.
Terence McKenna Psytrance album's the best one.
Yeah.
And then I saw an elf.
Sangam's in the chat actually, and he says, "Big up lads, hyped for Pagan Part 2."
What's up, lad?
So are you working on a second version of Pagan then?
No, I guess he just wants it. Yeah,
you got to make it now.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of my favourite releases of yours, Mod. Pagan, like I've rinsed that probably like 20 times or so. Like it's one I always stick on when I'm working, like on Spotify, because it's just like good.
I know nothing about the vaporwave scene, but even I know about Pagan. So the fact that I know about it means holy shit, you've done something good.
Yeah, like like that. That's it's just like a good little EP to walk around town to, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was done. I enjoyed making that one. That was done like really fast.
Yeah, you can tell it's like really raw and such, especially like the first couple of tunes on there.
But its rawness is what makes it so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm bored of project files.
Yeah.
Because you can do it. Yeah, it just becomes a pissing contest a bit.
Yeah, it's very easy to get stuck in the rut of overcomplicating things. That's the rut I was actually in earlier today, where I had a song and by the end of it, I was just like, fuck it, I need to get this saved and exported and done, because otherwise I'm just going to spend 27 years fucking mastering this one track.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing I learned, just export.
Yeah, that's how I got over the past 2 years, and like this year it went to an extreme, like making songs in 10 minutes and exporting and like deleting them after that. It's like, especially with like the Martin Smith stuff, like most of that, like I made most of those tunes in 10 minutes with like one take, as you can probably tell.
Like all the track.
What's that?
If you cook it too long, you lose what you had originally.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like I mean, it
all
depends on the context.
Tracks on Stress Volume 1 I made in like less than half an hour.
Yeah, it's the way to go, especially with like, you know, dance music and stuff. If you put too much into it, it just becomes a little bit plastic, I think.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's I don't really like the academia that goes behind dance music.
Yeah.
Now it seems to be like how revolutionary it is.
I've seen you like
there's a formula
about that a lot on Twitter, actually. So do you want to tell the world about your feelings on academic dance music, so to speak?
Well, it's just sequences of sounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is just like people put it on this pedestal now.
Yeah. It's like the whole techno church, I suppose, is actually turned into a religion in itself.
But it's like a Dulux paint range, and but then I'll do a certain color like of paint.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm just making tunes. I don't get the.
Modern EDM is basically, like you said, it's like a Julep paint range, but everyone's painting in brown.
Yeah. I think I might have accidentally lost a few questions here because my chat refreshed. So if he asked any questions between about 40 minutes ago to 30 minutes ago, then just put them back in the chat, because I would have missed them.
I'm having a look through now.
Yeah, just have a look, see if there's anything decent in there, and we'll go over it.
Pull it out of the ether. I mean, if it's all dog shit, then feel free to say so as well, because sometimes this chat asks some absolute stinkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, we'll like just dodge over any questions about vaporwave or music or whatever, because we've covered it enough, I think, at this point.
No stupid questions, please.
Carry on as before. Although Pure Life says, House of the Leg found so many good artists through your releases. No worries.
Nice.
I still want to be on House of the Leg. So,
Shima,
yes.
what if Theresa May was your aunt?
I'd stab her.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah,
there you go, Nick.
Yeah, I can see that, so I can read the rest from there.
Yeah, but yeah, Mod COMM, I'm actually wanting to put something out on House of Leg myself. So,
and some music. Huh.
We'll have to hook that up after the show.
So
Okay.
Tony Campanovo asks, do you guys think God and the devil are external forces or internal components?
God and the devil are parts of the human psyche. You know, all that there is the here and now. And if you want to look at yourself and view yourself as a devil, then you're a devil. If you want to look at yourself and view yourself as a god, you're a god. If you're just a person, you're just a person. It's the same way when people ask about heaven and hell. You know, all you've got is this earth. If you want to make heaven of it, you can make heaven of it. If you want to make hell of it, you can make hell of it. Purgatory.
What about
Pretty
you,
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bang on, really. in my book, box around us. And so does good. It's just karma, shifting states of karma.
Yeah, I mean, I've got
as long as it starts at home and you're a nice person, that's better than being a dick.
Yeah, I've got my own thoughts on like religion and spirituality and like purpose and existence and shit, but I was actually planning to go into that on a stream, so just look out for that in the coming weeks, I suppose. Wiss asks, didn't HKE say he retired from Vaporwave? Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, I just don't care about Vaporwave, like, I keep repeating this, so,
It's a bit shit, isn't it?
I think I'm just gonna, like, any question that has the word Vaporwave in at this point, I'm just gonna, like, look over it, because it's getting a bit irritating now. But, yeah, like, I don't care about Vaporwave.
You're lucky we don't set up an auto-moderator, because if we had an auto-moderator in here, as soon as you said the word Vaporwave, you'd be fucking banned.
Yeah, banned. Just wipe out half the chat, then.
Yeah, for real.
VHS Midnight Style calls you Shima a silly sausage.
I know.
Nick Carroll asks, who's your favourite Renaissance artist?
My favourite wrestler?
No, Renaissance artist.
What's the difference?
No. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I suppose my favourite Renaissance artist would either be Michelangelo or Ric Flair.
Michelangelo was pretty good, although he was the worst of the Ninja Turtles. So.
What about you, Mod? Have you got any favourite Renaissance artists?
No, but I've found one here called Parmigiano.
And he's the one you found, so you stick him with it.
Yeah, Mr. Parmo, yeah.
Laurie says it was the show we did in Peckham, so were you the Mod for that one? The one in Peckham?
No.
No. Yeah, so that one we did in Peckham was quite good, actually. It was me, Halo, Lucas, was it Somnus, and Who else was it? You were there for that Shima actually, but you didn't DJ that night.
Was I?
Yeah,
the one and only Jude Frankham.
Oh yeah, Jude. Yeah, he did it as well. Yeah.
Was that the one that was in like that?
Yeah, the one in the little club in London, like little basement.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good, that one.
Good vibe in that place. We should go there again another time.
Yeah. OESB says Floral Shop was a hoax. I think he's being facetious when he says that, though. But I'm sort of going to ban Floral Shop discussion as part of the ban on Vaporwave discussion as well. So no more Floral Shop shit, please.
Anti-Vaporwave Squad 2019.
Yeah. Rick Fields asks, who's your favourite electronic artist of all time?
Huh?
Rick Fields asks, who is your favourite electronic artist of all time?
My favourite electronic artist?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say. The Daft Punk's a classic.
Is it not HKE?
Classic. No. Not at all. No idea who he even is, mate. Never heard of him.
What about you, Mod? Have you got a favourite?
I actually wouldn't say so, no. It's just, I'd prefer it's just all instrumental music, I don't know.
Yeah, like when it comes to electronic music, I just tend to prefer, like mixes and stuff. Like, so I sort of just have like go-to mixes that I listen to rather than like whatever.
Yeah, I don't really know. No favourite.
Yeah, none here either really. R3N says, now that Shima has created Tester 420, can we have every guest make their own test sonar?
Test sonar. I love that.
Have you got a test sonar mod?
Maybe Tester Batty.
Tester Batty, or Tester 81 perhaps.
Yeah.
Test sonars, just like first sonars, except somehow worse.
What are you trying to say about the test streams?
I've already said everything that I need to say in the Tester 420.
Do you not want to cut another Tester 420 promo since the topic came up?
I'll cut a Tester 420 promo when I want to cut one, yeah!
Extra Montez says, is I Own a Dream was X? No, it's two completely different people. Dank Vibes asks, Tafka, what weightlifting program are you following right now? And then he mentions the 5x5 one. Yeah, I was actually looking at the 5x5, but like I want to get like a personal trainer to sort of like go through it with me at first, like because like using the barbell like on your own is a bit risky. So right now I'm pretty much just doing like general like push-ups and all that kind of shit, but also like I've sort of like pieced together my own like dumbbells exercises that I do, like mainly focusing on like arms and chest area.
The weightlifting that I do is from the Scott Steiner school, so I basically just find the biggest weight I can find, swing it around until I get dizzy, and then wake up with like muscles on muscles.
Didn't you used to do weightlifting, Mod? I remember you mentioned it to me a while back.
Yeah, I used to do it like 5 days a week at one point.
Yeah. Are you not doing it much these days?
Do it all at the moment. I was doing a bit of yoga recently.
Were you doing some DDP yoga? It ain't your mama's yoga.
I don't know. I think once I put weight on and muscle on, I got bored.
Yeah, like
I didn't want to be one of them guys who just like
like
in the gym for the rest of their life.
Yeah, like the thing with me is like I'm like pretty happy with like how much muscle I've got and stuff already. I'm just sort of doing it more for the exercise and like to keep like like my mind like focused and shit more than anything else at the moment. But yeah. Nightgo asks, what are your thoughts on Telepath and Gateway?
My thoughts?
Yeah, Telepath. I listened to loads of Telepath when I first found it.
Telepath. Oh, sorry.
Gateway's just there's in it. George just trying. It filled piggybacking, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was actually Gateway asking. So.
I think he knows. I think he.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? I'd rather listen to Telepath, but that's not saying Gateway's bad.
Yeah.
I have so much Telepath in my like ambient sleepy playlist. Like I think half of it is just Telepath.
Yeah. Well, I think like Gateway's album that he did for Dream Catalogue's probably the best of his output. It's like if you listened to did he do it on the Gateway or was it a different name? I can't even remember now, to be honest. But yeah, like if you listen to like his output, I think like that stuff, like his like sort of drone and ambient stuff's his best work.
All right, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to listen to. It's like quite like, you know, relaxed. Broken Canyon says yes to the fade. Well, thank you very much. Have you ever thought about getting a fade, Shima?
Huh?
Have you ever thought about getting a fade?
What do you mean a fade?
Like a fade haircut.
Like a mullet.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Are you sticking with the because you've sort of got like medium length hair, haven't you?
Yeah, I have like a swish going on. That's my just native hairstyle.
Bit of a
but
swish,
like,
yeah. The Shima
what I'm
swish.
actually thinking of, yeah, for real. But what I'm thinking of doing is actually like growing it out and then having it all like pushed back like a lion's mane.
Yeah, we'll do that and get a fade on the sides. It'll look pretty smart, I reckon.
I'm not crazy about fades actually. Honestly, I don't really see the fuss.
You said you used to have a fade, didn't you, Mud?
Yeah.
No, you've got the long
northern fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm a hippie.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about fades, to be honest.
I'm pretty into the fade myself. TD.
Yes, because you're faded.
Faded. Fair enough. TD LMX says. Oh, you just told me who Paul Virilio is. It's a French architect and philosopher. So yeah, I'll give that a Google later on and see what that's about. I'm actually reading a book at the moment. It's like, because like I've always sort of been like a person who likes to have like sort of a general knowledge of all things if I can. But like philosophy in particular is like an area that I've like really neglected to research into. So like the past year I've been reading this book called it's like called The 100 Essential Philosophers or something. It's sort of like a brief summary of like a chronological history of philosophy, given like a brief history of all like the big influences on philosophy as a subject, from like going back to like Socrates and Plato all the way up to the present day. But yeah, like I sort of like I read through and then I find the ones that I'm interested in and then I do a bit more of a deep dive into them. So like at the moment, like the main one I'm looking at is Descartes, the French philosopher. So if Paul Virilio is mentioned in this book, it's probably just a case of I haven't got up to finding out about him yet. So yeah.
Have you looked at any Bertrand Russell?
Nah. What era is he from? He's like an English philosopher, wasn't he?
I can't remember, but he's like a realist.
Really? Yeah, I haven't got up to that stuff yet.
Hey, yo, David, I don't mean to derail Canvas, but is it alright if I get off early? Because I've got a lot of shit I need
Yeah, go for it, yeah. I'll just, I'll race through these questions if you want to sign off, and, like, are you good to stick around for a bit longer, Mud?
Yeah, fine,
Alright, cool, yeah, so I'll catch you later, Shima. Do you want to plug anything before you head off?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be uploading a new song to my Newgrounds in like half an hour, so I'll see you all there.
Yeah, so that's SHIMA33.newgrounds.com, and I guess you'll be back tomorrow with whoever we've got on tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. All right. Catch you later.
Peace.
Safe. All right. VHS Midnight Style says, not a fan of the profanity. Well, I apologize profusely for that. I'll try to rectify my language going forwards. Sort of lost track where I was now.
The energy levels have dropped massively since Shima left.
Yeah. Like, you're pretty chilled out, and I'm like sort of half asleep, so we haven't got like Shima to carry us. But I guess we'll go through just till the end of these questions.
Yeah. Shout out the 27 people watching.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually...
You said there was something hilarious you said on the chat the other day. She was like, pouring his heart out. He's like, and it's quite significant that there's 33 people in the chat watching now, and it's 32 now.
Yeah.
I need to sample that.
So Pure Life calls Shima the creator. I suppose there's a element of truth to that. He is a creator. Sorry if I'm missing any questions here, like my phone's spazzing out a little bit. Wiss asks, HKE, would you please commentate on 2814? Good sir. True Love is my favourite song ever. Well, that's very cool. I'm not sure what to commentate on, to be honest. If you want to ask something a bit more specific, I could go into detail, but yeah, I guess 2814 is a project that I do with Telepath from time to time. Dank Vibes has a question for you, Mod. He asks, like, who are the main artists and influences that have shaped your sound?
Well, stuff from Detroit, techno scene. I was really into that. Stuff like Aphex Twin and the early Warp stuff. I was a big influence, and then some of the British stuff like Chemical Brothers, Orbital, and then just like loads of anonymous rave. Like I had a family friend who would give me like carrier bags just full of rave tapes with just like music that didn't have a neat artist name on it.
What, like
listen to a lot of
stuff?
All of the underground hardcore stuff. With
I remember being a kid and going around to like my mate's house, and like we'd have like all those rave tapes, and we just like sit and listen to them, and like it's just like another world, really. But yeah, it's like, especially, you know, when you're a little kid, that like all that stuff sounded like really like adult and like out of reach, so it sort of had like a mystique to it at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was really into that. And then just stuff like post-punk and I don't like genres so much, but there's like genres that I think have done it the best, and then everything else is like copy-paste job. Been listening to loads of they're one of my favourite metal bands.
Who was that? Sorry, I cut out.
The band Death.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, what other metal bands are you into anyway? Because like you're sort of like a semi-metal head in a sense, aren't you?
Yeah, you're cutting out now. Can you hear me?
Oh, am I? Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you, but am I okay now?
Yeah, that's fine. Metal, like I said, Death, Dark Throne. That's about the only band I like from the black metal scene.
Yeah.
And then Fear Factory. I was really into Demanufacture. That album when it came out, and that was like a heavily with electronics. Oh, and electronics, big influence is Godflesh.
Yeah. You know, I can like when you mentioned post-punk, like I can definitely hear that sort, and like metal as well to an extent. Like I can hear that in your like sound, like especially like in the percussion and stuff, like your use of panning and like sort of the metallic sounds that you get with the percussion. Like that's definitely apparent in that, I think.
Yeah, I think So sometimes I beat myself up, like, oh, I'm not producing or mastering to a standard. But then I think a lot of the times I'm thinking of it as like you say, like a band recording.
Yeah,
I'm producing things slightly different. It's a bit more muddy and
yeah. D-Baz2 asks, is Broken Canyon Broken HK? No, it's two different people. Face Chain asks, World War III when? Have you got any thoughts on World War III?
it just sounds like a fantasy at this point.
Yeah,
I like it when people rush to apocalypse constantly.
Yeah.
Anything it could be.
Yeah, like my thoughts on like war and conflict and stuff is like, I think like even like World War II in a sense never really ended. We've always been in like a perpetual state of global conflict or like geopolitical conflict in a sense. It's just that like all these like the idea of like going to war on the battlefield and shit, and like these huge armies going at each other is just like an impossibility at this point, probably because of like all the technological advances and stuff over the past 60 or 70 years or so. But yeah, I mean, like,
I reckon we haven't left the Cold War.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like
it's just the perfect stalemate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, and like, I think sort of what's interesting about that now is like China's like really rising up as like a third party as part of that. So it's turning into a bit of a triple threat match in a sense.
I think war's more economical now.
Yeah, and like just like
a global scale. Of course, you got proxies going on everywhere.
Yeah, like you got like the small proxy conflicts when it comes to like oil and gas reserves and shit, which is basically all what the wars in the Middle East have been for the past 20 years or so, going back longer than that actually. I think. Yeah, I think a lot of that goes back to like the 70s. It's basically like American imperialism in a sense. But yeah, it's just the way things are, I suppose. So. Oh, we got a super chat for $3 from a Hot Mustard Gas 20. They ask, HK, how did you come up with the theme for Dream Catalogue? Like, I think I sort of elaborated on this a few episodes ago, but basically, like myself and Halo Acid were like really talking about starting a record label for about a year or two before Dream Catalogue actually started. And we were always sort of on this like notion of like dream music, or just like incorporating the idea of dreams into the style and aesthetic. And then like Vaporwave came along, and it just seemed to be like sort of a natural fit of where like we were artistically headed. But yeah, like Halo sort of dipped out quite early on, and I just sort of went for it myself at that point. And then like he sort of like he opened his own label like much later on with Takras, and so on. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. What was that?
I was just saying, I thought it had all gone silent.
All right. Yeah, I was just reading the chat and I just sort of got caught up by like someone meant to say the word aesthetic, but accidentally said the word ascetic, as in like as in ASCETIC. Yeah, but like I suppose my approach to Dream Catalogue in the early days was quite an ascetic aesthetic, so it's quite apt typo. Oh, I got another super chat from Broken Canyon, and she says that she's Tester 69, so I guess that's being reserved now for those who want to get on
I'll be tester 81.
Yeah, it's tester 81. Yeah, I won't disclose which tester I am actually, because it'll give the game away. But I suppose you can listen to the test streams and figure it out yourself. Sagbag says muscles and fades. Yeah, I guess that's the new aesthetic that we're going for. Dream Catalogue. What about you, Mod? Do you reckon you'll ever get a fade again, or are you gonna stick with the hippie look going forward?
I think I'll have to get a fade at some point. Yeah. But,
I wouldn't say that your look is like hippie. I mean, like you've got the long hair and stuff, but it's sort of like well maintained in a sense. Whereas like the hippie look is a bit more like, you know, like Jesus, like ragged kind of look I associate it with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not. No,
like,
I'm
yeah,
not
like
yours
yours. Yeah, yours is more like the sophisticated European long hair, like an Italian or a Frenchman would sport. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's why we should stop Brexit.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop the unless you do get the fade, then we'll keep Brexit on the go.
All of Britain will have fades, and then all of Europe will have sophisticated hair.
Yeah. Dank Vibes asks, do you guys ever do meditation?
No, not really. Maybe I'll listen to music or do some yoga.
Yeah, I did meditate really deeply once. I spent like about 2 hours doing it one night, and it was like one of the most like transcendent experiences I've ever had. But it's also sort of like, I don't really like to put myself in those kind of states because they're like just a little bit too outside the box for me personally. Like I sort of prefer to stay a little bit grounded in reality. But yeah, like I'll go into that another time because it's like quite a weird experience that deserves its own like segment, I suppose. And I'm just sort of trying to race through these questions because there's quite a lot here. And in the same regard, the question after that was from Tony Campanovo, and he was asking, does anyone experience sleep paralysis? And that's something that I'll go into another time as well. But what about you, Mod? Do you ever get sleep paralysis?
Nope.
No.
Thank you for your question.
Mr. Ocean asks, what football club do you guys support?
Newcastle.
Liverpool for me. But like I said, I think I said on yesterday's stream, I haven't really been following football for the past year or two, just because I've been a little bit sick of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm more into the boxing now.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight. Did you say you watched that, or did you miss it?
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch it live? Yeah.
That 12th round, I was like, "What?"
I know. Yeah. Like,
what's good?
Did you score it at all? Like, did you score it as you were watching it?
I think draw was the best outcome.
Yeah, like
I can't ignore the knockouts.
Yeah, like I saw a lot of people saying like it was a definite Tyson Fury win, but like the way I scored it was a draw because like I had the 2 knockdown rounds as 10-8, and that like brought Deontay back up to a draw for me personally. But like
Deontay's knockout was unreal.
Yeah. I mean, but like even more so, like Tyson Fury getting up from that was like unreal as well. Like
it was like when Homer Simpson goes boxing.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good fight though, especially for like a heavyweight bout, because like the way Wilder moves is like really rapid and like athletic for like a heavyweight, because like especially like the past like 10 years of all those Klitschko brother fights, like they were always like really sluggish and slow moving. But even Tyson Fury's got like a bit of agility about him as well, despite how massive he is.
Oh yeah, hugely.
King of the Gypsies. Yeah, that was my.
You should check out. I was watching today. The they do the face-offs, the round table.
Oh yeah,
they sit across and talk. You should go back and watch the one that they did for what was going to be the rematch between Klitschko and Tyson, and you can see his like mental breakdown at that point.
Really? Yeah. I'll have to go and watch that.
Actually. Watch.
I really like the Tyson Fury. I think I was telling you, wasn't I? Like the Tyson Fury podcast of Joe Rogan. Like it was.
That was good.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the better Joe Rogan shows of the year so far. Yeah, that's well worth a listen actually, even if you're not a boxing fan. Because like the story behind Tyson Fury is essentially like he pretty much was on the brink and pretty much came back to fight for the world title again. So it's quite a inspiring story. So Tony Campanovo is also asking about Henry Moonchild, and like I've been saying, I'm gonna do like a full episode on that soon. So yeah, so look out for that. That'll be fairly soonish, I think. Sagbag asks, Mod, have you got any metal tunes out anywhere?
No, not in distribution. I'm working on something at the moment. Well, working on a few things with guitars. And there's like a few old demos that are recorded and releases, but nothing out.
Yeah. Dank Vibes asks, Tafka, what was your reaction when Rolling Stones covered 2814? To be honest, I didn't really care that much. Like, I don't really care about like media coverage and shit. It doesn't, like, not just because it doesn't mean anything. Like, it's like all illusory in a sense. But also like it's not actually as big a deal as people make it out to be. Like, like if you get talked about on a thread on Reddit or something, you actually get well more like people like looking at what you're doing than you would off fucking any music media site. Because like if you think about it, do you like you as in you who's listening to this right now, like do you or anyone you know actually follow these like music media sites in any capacity, or do you just see them pop up on Twitter and click the clickbait titles? Because I think the latter is pretty true of everyone these days. Yeah, so I don't really care about Rolling Stone or anyone. Like, the only, like, there's a few journalists that I like because, like, you can tell, like, they're rapping music because they're interested in it, like, specifically. And, like, I think, like, Andrew Rice of Resident Advisor.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, like, he's, like, legit. Like, he just, like, posts stuff that he likes personally, and he's, like, always treated, like, the underground artists with respect and stuff. Whereas, like, something like Rolling Stone or just anything like that, like, they're just pretty much trying to get artists to create, like, click-throughs for them, essentially, because they're not getting, like, organic traffic themselves. So I don't really care about that shit. What about you? Do you, like, have you got, like, any thoughts on that kind of stuff?
That's the only thing I'm interested in. When seeing everyone, the real people talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Interested in all these, I don't know, it just doesn't, like, features and here's my record collection. My records.
Yeah, actually, if you
here's this Dulux pink color. This one's very rare.
Yeah. like your Twitter feed, in fact, is like pretty much just a daily rip on the music media and music industry, like the way I take it anyway.
Yeah, I need to stop.
What is it, like an addiction at this point?
Yeah, I don't know, just everyone takes themselves so seriously.
Yeah.
And really, like,
yeah. I think
anyone just doing it for the fun of it.
Yeah, I think that's what I sort of like about this podcast. It's sort of like shattering any illusions of mystique and such, and just like getting rid of the bullshit in a sense.
Yeah. Sometimes I thinking about this place in time and this line.
Yeah.
and then they put the hi-hat on the offbeat.
Yeah,
the universe.
That is that is what it's like. Thank Vibes asks, have you been in touch with Lilith Twin lately? Can we expect any new music dropping from them on Dream Catalogue? No, I haven't actually had a one-on-one with Lilith Twin in a few months, maybe like 6 months or so, but I know that like they've been in and out of the chat on here sometimes, so if you're listening, Lilith Twin, shout out to you. Have you spoke to, I don't know if you've ever spoke with Lilith Twin much?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to, yeah.
Yeah. Like, he sort of keeps
like,
a bit more private than other people in a sense. Like, he's someone that I speak to on email occasionally, but I should reach out to him more. But, like, I was actually, I didn't really come online for quite a few months, like, this summer. So, like, I sort of, like, lost touch with a lot of people at that point. I'm still sort of making my way back into getting in touch with everyone, in a sense, personally, anyway. Oh, we got a super chat from Vaccina for 20 Danish currency, I think that is. So I'm not actually sure how much that is in pounds, British sterling, but thanks very much for that anyway. And he says, thoughts on haircuts for men. Sorry, thoughts on haircuts for men's take on vaporwave. So I suppose he just means thoughts on haircuts for men as an artist.
He ran with it and he became very successful. So
yeah,
hats off for that game. But as far as the music goes, someone else's music, really.
Yeah, I mean,
there was that one track. There was just an Aphex Twin track slowed down.
Yeah,
but if you could do that and on like, I don't know, 200 vinyl,
yeah,
20 quid a go. Hats off to you.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've got pretty much similar feelings in that regard. Like, I think like if you think of haircuts for men and like a lot of vaporwave as like sort of mixtapes, then you can appreciate it in that sense. But like, I wouldn't like think of it as like music, like original music or whatever. But to be honest, I've never really listened to him that much, so I can't really make a fair comment either way. But the bits I've heard, it seems like sort of chilled out, jazzy stuff. Tony Campanovo asks, is there any symbolism with the raccoons? No, the raccoons are just like legitimate raccoons who sometimes take over the record label. Rich Fry asks, how do you go about signing artists? Is it relatively a cheaper option to just do digital releases? Do you want to take that actually in regards to like House of the Leg?
With House of the Leg, I just wait for people to send me something, and I don't really, as long as I like it, then it will get released. And in terms of digital, I mean, I got to see what it was like to do tapes. I did a bunch of them, but it was just like more birth, really. At my level of operation, that's what. And it was like you'd take a bag of them to the post office.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the carbon footprint of this? Like, it's released digitally, and I would like send a tape to New Zealand, and one to Japan, and one to a shit ton to America and Canada.
Yeah.
It was online anyway. So digitally, it's easy. Like, someone will send me something and I'll release it the same day. I'll say, all right, I'll release this in an hour if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I think I do that with you with The Artist Is Unknown. I think that was released the same day, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's the model. Just once it's there, it's just like I say, digital files.
Yeah.
Get it.
Speaking of which, the album that's going to be on Dream Catalogue in an hour's time on the album premiere on the channel. That is that's like an album that just got sent to me this morning, pretty much. So Yeah, it's actually going to be the last album on Dream Catalogue other than the HKE compilation for this year and for quite a while, actually. But we'll be back sometime next year. Yeah, but like, for me, I used to take demos a lot, but I mainly sort of like cultivated like a small little roster that I've like gone back and forth with the last 2 years of Dream Catalogue, where it's just been like me approaching them for the most part. But yeah, I'm going to be opening up the demo inbox again next year sometime. Sagbag asks, what did you guys think about the Conor McGregor and Khabib fight a few weeks ago? Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was boring. In my opinion, I just knew what was going to happen from the get go.
Like for me, like I usually find those like wrestling and grappling fights in MMA like really boring, but I sort of like watching Khabib because he's sort of like he takes it to the next level of like the intensity.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Like the way he's like fucking squashing his opponents in his fight is just like kind of excruciating to watch, really.
I think I enjoyed the second round when he just
yeah. Like, well, I think more than anything, I enjoyed the after fight, like the post fight antics. It's like pure professional wrestling theatrics, really.
When boxing goes wrong, YouTube compilations.
Yeah. Did you see?
That's what
like the funniest thing to me was like during the World Cup, like Conor McGregor was like posing for photos of Putin to like sort of rub it in Khabib's face and like just proper trolling him. And then like after the Khabib won the fight, like a week later, he was doing his own photo ops with Putin, like pretty much rubbing it in McGregor's face back. Just found that pretty fucking hilarious. Like these two guys like using Putin to get each other. But yeah,
it's a bit homoerotic.
Yeah, yeah. I'd imagine. Like, there'll probably be a round 2 of those guys coming up. I'm just gonna try and race through these comments. Michael Hopp says, to HKE, I really dig your album Omnia. Why haven't you done anything like that since? I just haven't been inspired to do anything like that since then. OESB says the Mystery album is a stunner. I'm surprised you've actually heard it, but I'm glad you rep it as such.
Could I ask OESB where my Floral Shop vinyl is?
Yeah, well, you can do so, but I've put an outright ban on any more Floral Shop and Vaporwave chat on this stream, so I don't know if we'll...
Alright then, I'll just wait it out.
Yeah. OESB says, not sure, mate, in regards to that anyway.
No worries, mate, these things happen.
Yeah. He says there are copies in Croydon, however, I'm not sure where he's referring to in that regard, but... Tony Campanovo says, HK, you once liked the song I made on SoundCloud. What you don't know was the sample is Guy Fieri. I've got no idea what that's about, sorry. Apparently they're in a warehouse in Croydon. If he's talking about the Bleep warehouse, that's actually not in Croydon, but it's where is that? It's like it's just outside of London somewhere. It's like or part of Greater London rather. Yeah, but I like Todd. If you wanna like say anything about Floral Shop, like just like say it in the chat and I'll read it out for you. Maybe it can reach some people since you got banned off the Vapor Vinyl subreddit, so you can't really say your piece anymore. But I suppose Canvas is the place to be these days. So we're sort of coming towards the end now. TD LMX says, mod, listen to Raspberry Bulbs, they are nearby to Dark Throne, and Carpathian Forest too. So I guess that's sort of like black metal stuff.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
OESB says look out for Ross's documentary in regards to Photoshop.
Is it going to be like? Are there going to be shots with like a silhouette of Todd with his voice changed?
I don't know. Let's interview Todd over the chat. Yeah. So Todd, tell us what you know about this documentary, apparent documentary by an entity named Ross. It seems. I Hate Lucy says, HKE, I'm obsessed with your London track. Well, thank you very much. And they ask, are you making any more like to be honest, I'm not going to be making music for a few months, so I've got no idea what the future holds in that regard. So OESB says, whoever made this documentary, this Ross guy, apparently hired a private investigator to tail him and shot footage of him from afar. So if that's
the car park handed over,
if that's
like
actually true, I'd be interested to see what that's about. But yeah,
it's all gonna come out now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that about wraps up. Oh, here we go. Oh, Todd says the footage was he gave permission for the footage to be utilised in the documentary, so I guess it won't be a bootleg as such. Bliss Monkey asks, HK, when are you planning to do the Dragon Soul review thing? Yeah, so in case you missed it the other day, like what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing like one of these Canvas episodes, pretty much like covering Dragon Soul as an album, because like I had like quite a lot to say about it, like how like I sort of approached that album at the time I made it. So what I'll probably do is I'll go over it for about half an hour on one of the future streams before we get into like some Q&A stuff. But I'm not sure when it's gonna be. Like everything with Canvas is sort of like on the fly. But I think anyway, like tomorrow, I think tomorrow's episode, I'm definitely gonna do like I wanted to go into in depth about like anxiety and depression and stuff, and like how to get over those kind of things. I was gonna do that today, but I was feeling a bit too out of it to go into it. But yeah, I'll probably do that tomorrow. And
James got a question here.
Oh yeah, I was just about to read that out. Yeah, but just before I get into that, I'm also having music on Canvas sometime this week, maybe tomorrow or the day after, as in MUZK. Yeah, so JM asks.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
MUZK is coming on.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna talk to him about like futurism and technology and stuff. I think that'd be an interesting topic to go into with him. Yeah, but that should be a pretty must-listen one, I think. Yeah, if you don't know who MUZK is, then definitely tune in for that one anyway, and you'll I'm sure you'll find out just what he's all about. JM asks, Mod, have you got any more albums coming on House of the Leg?
Yeah, the plan is to do 80 releases, so I don't know what we're at the moment. I think it's 47.
Is it not 80?
But yeah.
Like, are you not doing 81 because of ModCom 81? Or
there's something on the 81st.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But there's 80 more. Well, yeah, we're at 47. But as far like I'm not hunting music. It's not professional.
Yeah.
I haven't got things lined up. It's just if people send stuff in.
Yeah.
Just send stuff in. I listen.
All right.
I think that's it.
Yeah. So I'll just read these last couple of comments. Broken Canyon sent a tune, but I don't know if I'll be able to play it because my computer's fucking up. So what I'll do is I might actually buy a new computer tomorrow. So I was like, I've been meaning to buy one for like 6 months anyway. So then I'll be able to like do more elaborate stuff on the streams in that regard.
Oh, look, I'll just say to JM, you're not due another Discog purchase. Just wait for number 81.
Yeah. How does that actually work with the discography purchase? Like, did they get like a discount on the ones that they haven't bought when they come out, or like I don't know how that works.
No, I don't know how it works. I know like some people, because I've got the Discog so cheap. I've got a few people who'll just like every few months or so pay.
Yeah.
Price, and I think
Yeah.
they don't get money off, no, but it's cheaper for them in the long run.
Just laughing at Todd's like last comment. Is this podcast ever going to end? Yeah, I think it's gonna end at some point. Yeah, like right now. Peace. No 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 peace.